Okay, today we are at deck 16, the Trip and Wait Tarot. And it has been a few days since I've been able to get to this reading. I've been very busy with personal readings, and I did manage to have a short amount of time to do a video on TikTok using it. And it actually kind of helped inspire a song to be written and was even like shouted out and mentioned in the song as deck 16 and as the Trip and Wait Tarot. So I thought that was pretty cool. It feels like this deck itself has kind of been on an adventure, and yet here we are. We finally got to this point where we're able to do this reading, the whole point of all of this. So, okay. And then yesterday I pulled out these two decks knowing that I was going to use them when I did this reading because I knew I'd have time to do it today. And so last night I ended up doing a reading with this deck. And one, two, three, I think three of these 6 cards came out in that reading on TikTok again. So it's like, that's so interesting how things are kind of working out for these decks here. Like they're it's almost like their energy is being introduced before they enter the room. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to add that to your note because that feels like it's okay. I gotta write it so I don't forget it. Your energy is being introduced before you arrive. But that also means that rooms shift in anticipation of your arrival. That's very powerful. That's literally very powerful. So the messages that I got is you inspire songs to be written. This is also about activating others and collective connections and dancing through the chaos, riding the lightning, and third eye open. Also, facing something head on. This is definitely a big message coming through. Is when you're doing something or facing it head on as opposed to coming at it from the side, you're going to have actually a better vantage point, and you're not going to have as many obstacles as you usually do when you do that thing or whatever. Coming at it from a completely different direction and literally facing it head on will give you literal brand new perspective. Also, this is about stepping out of rescue mode, stepping out of fight or flight, finding balance, purpose, and alignment. And your new life will cost you your old life. This is also about a second chance opportunity. I think it's interesting how many times that came out in the oracle cards, and there's not even really that many. And again, your energy is being introduced before you arrive. Rooms shift in anticipation of your arrival. So, wow. Okay. Yeah, you truly don't know your own power. The general atmosphere is this Page of Wands. Very transitional energy. It feels like the things you give priority to have kind of shifted. Like the things you care about, the things you're passionate about, the things that you want to give your time and energy to, even that you want to give your creative spark of life to. Like I feel like some of those things have shifted and changed. There's also something about childhood being remembered, or like revisiting childhood favorites like shows or toys or activities, or even childhood dreams about the future, like things like that. There's definitely something shifting here. This is a very transitory space, but also at the same time, I feel like you're very well grounded and equipped for the space that you're in. Like you're exactly attuned to be where you're at. You're prepared. even if you think you're not, like you're new on this journey, or like on this leg of the journey or this side of it or whatever, you're more prepared than you realize. And I think you don't know your own strength. And I also think there's something here about watching the world bully their way through life, knowing inherently that that's not you. Not Also, I think it's about not realizing the gift that your kindness and compassion is, because people use your kindness as a weakness. It's You don't value it for the gift that it truly is. It's easy to be mean and cruel in this world. It's much more difficult to be compassionate and kind, to be tolerant even. You don't yet fully realize, because it's something about the space that you create, and I think it's a very energetic, like frequency type of thing. So it's very subtle and probably not even something you're aware of. And I think it's interesting because I talked about how the energy of the rooms kind of shift in anticipation of your arrival. I feel like you kind of do that to other people too, but you don't know it. You change people by being around them. I mean, whether that's good or bad, I guess, is neither here nor there. Interesting. The foundation is the Six of Wands. This is victory. This horse looks like he has just been to the salon. Like he is pampered and taken care of. And okay, you have arrived. Oh, wow. You have arrived. That's so interesting because we're talking about things shifting in favor of your arrival. And then literally this is you have arrived. Victory, achievement, and joy. I mean, that's the foundation of all of this. You have arrived. Wow. Again, whether you know it or not. The passing influence is the sun. Again, there is this connection with your inner child, reclaiming your innocence, but also this is finding your truth. It's been about kind of reprogramming the conditions that were put upon you. But at the same time, I feel like no matter what, you continued to move in truth and honesty. You didn't lie, cheat, or steal. You did the right thing even when no one was looking. And I think that's so important for why you are at the level of enlightenment and attunement, even that you are, is because of that. You have a much purer heart than a lot of people. I feel like you also don't truly realize how beautiful and captivating that your energy is. Like your authentic energy, when you're not shielding yourself or hiding or triggered in any way, when you're just being you, just magnetic. What's on your mind is the Knight of Swords. I still feel like this is figuring out what's not working and going on this mission to fix it. Like going through the checklist of healing is kind of it does feel like that, intellectualizing the healing. Like I've heard of intellectualizing your emotions, but this feels like intellectualizing the healing. But I feel like the healing is over. You just don't know it. Again, you have arrived. This is where I got the message that it's time to step out of rescue mode, time to kind of step out of fight or flight and step into balance. And then I heard purpose and alignment. And this is temperance. This is exactly that, the near future, stepping into that balance. There's something refreshing here I don't think this is going to be as easy as it seems because I feel like we've kind of been talking about this collective battle between the old versus new version of ourselves. So like I feel like this balance isn't as easy as you make it look. And we well know you just have this tendency to make things easy and people underestimate all the time, but I just have this feeling something about the look on the face is just she makes it look like it's just there's something behind it. It's not as easy as it looks. I feel like you've been called for a mission that not everyone could handle. Like your purpose is not something that just everyone could walk. Not everyone could walk in your truth. Not everyone can walk in your truth. I feel like that's also why you've been tested more than a lot of people because not everybody can walk in your truth. There's a lot of power in that, but at the same time, it almost feels inherently lonely. The way you see the situation is the Wheel of Fortune. I really like this because, yeah, you're like, okay, I feel like I just won the lottery. I'm walking in purpose, walking in faith. This is exactly like what you've been healing for. This is everything that you've deserved. It feels like it's finally your turn. But also, I feel like you had a hand in this in some way. I don't know how I mean, but I feel like you had a hand in this in some way. Stepping into abundance, even. I mean, you're literally moving towards everything you've been working for. Other people see King of Wands. Yeah, I mean, literally. That's exactly the path you're on. The potential is there. That, yeah, the power is there. It's recognized. Again, you can't interact with people and them not be affected by your energy. It's like not possible. Other people feel your inherent power. Again, I feel like it's because you're walking in purpose. You're walking in your truth the best that you can. Walking in your authenticity, which is not an easy thing to do in this world. The emotions of the situation is this Five of Cups. Stuck in grief, stuck in sadness, stuck in regret. There's some kind of emotional perspective that is blocking your heart space here. I feel like it's about finding your music again, finding your melody. It's about remembering why you started making music in the first place. It's also about finding yourself again. I think it's a lot of self forgiveness too. You put such high standards on yourself, so I think it's so important for you to extend yourself some forgiveness, some compassion, some of your own love that you are so deserve it of. Also recognizing that you've not yet been blessed by all the things that you will be blessed with. You've not yet been loved by all the people who will love you. The best is yet to come. The final outcome is Ace of Pentacles. This is a new opportunity, a new money path. I also feel like on some level, this is something that is finite. It's not forever. So you will be given a decent window of time in which to choose this opportunity, but I feel like it will not last forever. And so you're going to have to really make up your mind and believe in yourself and do the thing and take the chance if that's what you want. Also, I feel like this is you're stepping into your own personal energy in a new way, or like living. It feels like almost like your avatar has been upgraded. Your literal personal avatar has been upgraded. Your body, your personality, your avatar has been upgraded. Huh. The overall energy is 10 of Pentacles, and it's like, wow, that escalated very quickly. So it's like this inspirational idea, this insight that almost just shows up out of nowhere, but like you understand it's moving fast, and it does move fast. It progresses very quickly. Maybe that's why this is such kind of an urgent opportunity for you to heed. Under that, I saw the Death, so it very much is that your new life will cost you your old life. This is rebirth. This is moving in full knowing of who you are and full purpose, full activation, and willing to lay your life on the line in some aspects for that. I don't think it's going to be like not physically going to be in danger, but like energetic. You're going to have to stand up for your beliefs. You're going to have to defend your values. You're going to have to defend yourself. Not everybody's going to like this new version of you, this aligned, happy version. Not everybody's going to be happy for your happy. You will have to defend that. Your new life will cost you your old life. Okay, from the Ascending Life Oracle, we got travel, one of the ones that came out in the other reading. It says long distance travel, wanting to escape, a new adventure, and a journey to the next level. So this is, if nothing else, this is ascension. This is evolution, spiritual evolution. Maybe it's traveling, getting out of your comfort zone, moving locations, changing jobs, changing friend groups. Definitely about starting something new and the excitement that goes along with that. This is definitely some kind of like journey that you're embarking on. And this is the Ace of Pentacles. So it's interesting that it's literally a journey to the next level, a new adventure. And then reconciliation, that came out in the other one too. Restoration of former connections, apologies, forgiveness, trying again in a different way, and conversations. Someone or something from the past has the potential to come back. And it could be some kind of old something coming up to just show you that that's not who you are anymore. That's for you to decide how serious you take this thing, or how you commit to it, or even how you interact with it. It could be a person, place, thing, whatever. It literally could be a person, but it could just be something that happens and then you're like, you know what? I forgive you. I've held that grudge for 20 years, and you know what? So and so, I forgive you. Could literally be forgiving someone. It could be closure of some kind, emotional closure of some kind, because I feel like that's what you didn't get. That's what you don't have. That's what's so hard to get past this grief, is the closure that you didn't get. So this is about that. Also, birth. Again, new opportunities, starting over, reinventing yourself, and birth of a child, idea, or project. I think it's pretty great that we have birth, since we did literally have death. This is confirmation that that death will be followed by a rebirth. It will be followed by a new opportunity, some kind of reinvention or birth of something extremely promising. And then coldness, absence of love, love life is blocked, frozen in some area of your life, and emotions buried deep within. And that also came out in the other reading. And yeah, I guess just go watch it if you're interested. But I feel like there's definitely some kind of absence of love that you experienced in your life, and it has caused some kind of block in the emotional space here. And I feel like you're being asked to remedy that by truly, truly, radically practicing self love, self forgiveness, self compassion. Radically. No matter how bad you fuck up, no matter how stupid you look or act or think, radical self love, radical self forgiveness. You have to love yourself enough that you undo the subconscious programming that is this block that tells you you're not lovable because someone in your past couldn't do it. That's that wasn't your truth. That was their wound. And it's time for you to lay that fucking wound down, lay that burden down. It's not yours to carry. It's not your truth. Radical self-love, radical self-forgiveness and self-compassion. Crossroads, faced with choices, midst of indecision, facing the possibilities in life, and rite of initiation. There is, I didn't mention that, but I guess there was two that wanted to come out at the end, but I'm getting kind of stubborn with my decks and I won't let them do that to me anymore. But when they try to bring multiple cards out for this last card, I kind of recognize that that means that there's kind of multiple options or multiple timelines, or there's a crossroads here. There's some situation that's still in process of playing out, and I forgot that it did try to give me two. So there is some kind of choice here, some kind of crossroads, some kind of decision you're going to be needing to make. I think that's interesting because I talked about this not being infinite, this being finite, and it needs to be like an active decision you make to accept this opportunity and not let it pass you by. The last one is alien, feeling alienated in life, feeling like you don't fit in, dealing with a foreigner, and new experiences in life. I feel like there's something, I feel like life itself is almost out of your comfort zone. You do feel so different than other people. I feel like, again, you've been tested a lot more than most people. Not just anyone could walk this path. But I feel like you very much feel the isolation that comes with your authenticity, I guess. And I do feel like you've never really fit in, and I don't think you were necessarily supposed to. This dealings with a foreigner, this could be like somebody, like meeting somebody outside of your friend group or outside of your like general area or even your country, or like you traveling out of country or traveling out of your area, like literally being in a foreign location, or somebody traveling to you from a foreign location. But it's interesting that there's so much in these cards about the newness, the new experience, the new experiences that are literally waiting for you to see them, to accept them, to awaken to them, to recognize that they're for you. Because a part of you, I think, still doubts that they're for you. No, that has to be for somebody else. I'm still healing. I'm not ready. I'm still healing. I'm not ready. Bullshit. 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 You're ready. Ready's an action. It's not a feeling. You're ready. Bullshit. You're not ready. You can be done healing. You don't have to be perfect. You can still be heinously fucked up in some ways and still radically love yourself above all else. That's a-okay. Okay, messages from your future higher self. I promise you it does get better. I promise you it does get better. And something from your past will resurface. It's okay to revisit. That's hilarious that it's right there on that reconciliation card. So, definitely something from the past, whether it's a wound, a trigger, a person, an ex, a job, some kind of missed opportunity, some kind of friend, whatever. Something from the past will resurface. And it's okay for you to revisit. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to commit to it. You don't have to forge this connection, but you can revisit it. You can think about it. You can consider it. Does it feel aligned or does it not? That's for you to decide. Are you ready to forgive and walk away or to engage? That's for you to decide. And don't lose yourself trying to hold on to someone, because that's the thing that's not worth losing is you. There's nothing in this world having that's worth losing yourself over. Because the thing is, you've been on such a journey of finding yourself. It's important that you don't just lose it trying to hold on to someone. Don't lose it all over again trying to hold on to someone who's not meant to stay, who's shown their true colors before. The end of a tough cycle is finally approaching. I like that because it's been difficult. It's been a very tumultuous journey. It has not been for the weak-hearted or the weak-minded. And again, you have proven yourself in so many ways. That's probably exactly why the energy of a room shifts in anticipation of your arrival. And then the last card is do not give up because something did not work out right away. So again, this could be about some kind of opportunity that comes back around. Something that didn't work out before has a chance this time. Again, whatever this reconciliation, this thing from the past, you're going to need to use your discernment to decide if this is for you or if this is not. For some people, it will be. For some people, it will not. And I also think it kind of depends on how it shows up. Whether it's an old job opportunity or whether it's an old lover or whether it's some other kind of opportunity or some kind of childhood dream or the one that got away, whatever it is. But I also feel like this journey has been very difficult and you have endured much failure in certain ways. It's important for you not to give up on yourself. Continue fighting for yourself. You are not worth losing. You fought too hard to be here, and this person is worth fighting for. You inspire songs to be written, activating others, collective connections, dancing through the chaos, riding the lightning. I feel like you're such a rebellious soul in so many ways, and I think people don't really see that because maybe you look buttoned up or you look boring or mundane or just like you're just a regular person, but like, no. There's lightning in your soul. Third eye open, facing something head on, stepping out of rescue mode, fight or flight, finding balance, purpose, and alignment. Your new life will cost you your old life. There is a second chance opportunity, and your energy is being introduced before you arrive. Rooms shift in anticipation of your arrival. So there we have it. After a week of trying to get here, we made it. I love you. I hope that helped.